Hello students, in today's class we will be discussing a very important concept in C language, that is arrays. What is an array? An array can be defined as a subscripted variable which holds similar data items in contiguous memory locations. That is, it holds data items of the same type in consecutive memory locations. In simple words, it can be defined as group of similar quantities or group of similar elements. Similar means the elements which have the same data type. For example, using arrays, we can store a group of numbers of type integer. In case of array, these values are stored in continuous locations, that is one after the other, and the same variable is used to refer to these values. So in this example, the values 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50 are stored in array in continuous memory locations, and these are referred by using the same name, same variable, that is A. Any name can be assigned to array. In this example it is A. So if the same name is used, then how to refer the individual elements? Here the individual elements stored in the array are referred by using its index, and the index starts from 0. So the first element in the array is referred by using A in bracket 0, that is A with index 0. To access the second element, the index 1 can be used, that is A of 1 gives the value stored at the second location, that is 20. Similarly, to fetch the third element, the index used is A2, fourth element A3, fifth element A4. So like this, the elements are stored in continuous memory locations and are referred by using the same name. With the help of same or single variable, we can store a group of elements which have the same data type. Let us look at the syntax of declaring array. So this syntax shows array declaration of single dimension. Arrays can be of different types: single dimension, 2 dimension or multi-dimension. So in this slide it shows the syntaxes of single dimension array. Single dimension indicates here it uses only one dimension or index. It is used to store a set of values which are related to only one feature. For example, set of marks can be stored by using the array marks. So let us look at the syntax here. Single dimension array can be initialized as follows. Data type. So data type indicates here integer, float or character based on the values which we are going to store in array. If we are storing integer values, then data type should be int. If we are storing decimal values with the fractional part, then data type will be float, or else character, char, which is used to store a set of characters. For example, student name, book title, So for these we will be using character array, where the data type we will mention is character. Data type, then name of the array. How we give name to the variables? In the similar way, there should be some name assigned to the array, which can be used to work with the values stored in the array. And in square bracket, index value or the dimension. For example, to store marks of 7 subjects, we can use marks array, and it can be initialized as int marks 7. This is the array declaration. Once it is declared, the elements can be initialized to the array by using the syntax array name, index value, dimension, which is optional, equal to, in flower brackets, the elements of array separated by commas. So to create marks array and to store the values in it, we can use the statement marks square bracket is equal to, in flower bracket we can specify the values which are to be stored in the array. Array declaration and initialization can be combined, and it can be done at one place by using this syntax: data type, array name, index value, dimension is equal to elements of array separated by commas. These are some examples. Marks array can be created and initialized as int marks. We have not mentioned the index or dimension here. So based on how many values we specify in the flower bracket, that much index it will take here. So this index shows the size of the array. Size indicates here how many elements can be stored in that array. So in this first example, it takes the size of the array as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The size of this array is 7. This is one more example where we have already given the size to indicate how many elements should be stored in the temperature array. Float, temp, in square bracket, the dimension 5 is equal to, and these are the 5 values which can be stored into this array. Let us do a simple program which stores a set of elements in the array and print the same. Program to demonstrate arrays in C. Comment. Then we have #include stdio.h void main. The array is declared as well as it is initialized. Int is the data type, which indicates that array can store integer values. Name of the array is A and size of the array is 5. So 5 indicates here this array can store maximum 5 elements. This is the declaration as well as initialization, that is storing values into the array. This can also be done during execution by using scanf statement. Here we have directly initialized the values in the array by specifying them in flower bracket separated by commas. So the first element stored in the array will be 10, second is 20, third 30, fourth is 40 and fifth is 50. I is used here as the subscript or index to fetch the individual elements in the array. CLR, SCR, and then as we want to print the elements stored in the array, for loop is used here. One by one all the elements should be fetched. and should be printed. So for I is equal to 0, as we discussed, the array index starts from 0. So I value should be initialized to 0, I less than 5, I plus plus. The first element is stored at the index 0, second element is stored at the index 1, third element is stored at the index 2, and so on. So here the value of I is incremented by 1 every time. And inside the loop we are printing the elements of array one by one. Printf %d/n indicates here the next number should be printed on the next line. At the place of %d, it first displays the first element, that is a of 0. After printing a of 0, that is 10, the cursor moves to the next line. I value is incremented, I becomes 1, 1 is less than 5, so it comes here, it prints the value stored at the index a of 1, that is 20, and so on. It prints up to the last element, that is 50. Then here we have the statement get ch and the completion of the main function. Compile it and then execute. So this program will generate the values which are stored in the array A, that is the values 10, 20 up to 50. So this is the output. These are the numbers stored in the array.